My landlord's rent increase saved me from my abusive family. My landlord, Mrs. Yuki, stood in my apartment doorway, apologetically explaining that my rent was doubling next month due to building maintenance costs, while my mother behind me shrieked about how I'd have to move back home where I belonged. Such terrible timing, Mrs. Yuki said sadly, but I caught her winking at me when my mother turned away. $2,000 a month for this dump? Mom scoffed. You're coming home. I'd escaped my family's house 6 months earlier after years of financial abuse. They'd stolen my identity, ruined my credit, and controlled every penny I earned. This apartment was my sanctuary, the first thing truly mine. My parents had been pressuring me to move back, showing up daily, threatening to have me declared mentally incompetent for wasting money on rent. They'd convinced extended family I was having a breakdown by living alone. I'll figure it out, I told Mrs. Yuki. No, you won't, my father interrupted. This proves you can't handle independence. Mrs. Yuki pulled out a lease amendment. The new rent was impossibly high, more than my entire salary. My parents were ecstatic, already planning how they'd control my money once I moved back. Sign this by tomorrow or vacate, Mrs. Yuki said formally, then left. My parents celebrated, called relatives to share the good news that I'd failed at adulting. They'd even brought boxes to pack my things, so confident I'd have to return. That night, I found an envelope under my door. Inside was the real lease renewal, same rent as before, and a note. Your parents asked me about your rent yesterday. Seemed too interested. The increase is only for them. Sign the real one and return it quietly. I realized what she'd done. Mrs. Yuki had given me an excuse my parents couldn't argue with. Market rates, building costs, inflation, all legitimate reasons I had to leave, not my choice. I played along perfectly, cried about leaving, let my parents gloat, packed boxes dramatically. Then, the night before I was supposed to move home, I disappeared. Mrs. Yuki had connected me with her niece in another city. Same rent, better job waiting, no forwarding address. My parents showed up to an empty apartment, then stormed to Mrs. Yuki's office. Where did she go? Tenants don't leave forwarding addresses with me. Privacy laws. You raised the rent to force her out. Market rates. She couldn't afford it. Not my problem where she went. They tried suing Mrs. Yuki for conspiracy, claiming she'd helped me escape, but all paperwork showed a legitimate rent increase that I couldn't afford. The judge dismissed it immediately. You can't sue a landlord for legally raising rent, he said. Meanwhile, I was 3 states away, rebuilding my life. Mrs. Yuki forwarded my mail through her niece, keeping my location secret. She even sent photos of my old apartment, now renovated, and rented to someone else, to maintain the lie. My parents spent months searching. They'd told everyone I'd had a mental breakdown and disappeared. When I finally surfaced on social media a year later, successful and happy, they looked like fools. You lied to us, my mother screamed when she finally got my number. I couldn't afford the rent. You said that proved I couldn't handle independence, so I handled it my way. That landlord helped you. Prove it. They couldn't. Mrs. Yuki played it perfectly. Every document supported the story. She'd raised rent, I'd left, end of transaction. Last week, Mrs. Yuki called me. My parents had finally given up harassing her, moved out of state themselves. The apartment was available again, original price. Just in case you want to visit your old city, she said. Why did you help me? I finally asked. My daughter was in your situation 20 years ago. No one helped her. She didn't make it out. The terrible landlord who forced me into homelessness actually saved my life. The rent increase that seemed like my doom was my liberation. I send Mrs. Yuki Christmas card every year with a simple message. Thank you for the expensive lie that gave me priceless freedom. She responds the same way annually. Market rates are whatever keeps you safe.